Looks like Wonder Woman's finally going to be getting her own game sometime in the near future. It hasn't really been clear on when it's going to come out, but my guess is that it's going to come out sometime next year, if not next year, sometime in 2023. It's a game that's going to be worked on by Monolith Productions, DC, and Warner Brothers. It's supposed to be a third-person action-adventure game with an open-world environment, and even though we haven't seen any gameplay footage or anything, the trailer looked very impressive. It looked promising, and I think this game is decades in the making, considering the fact that Wonder Woman's been around since the early 40s, if I'm not mistaken, in relation to the comic book series. And as of late, Wonder Woman has been gaining a lot of momentum in terms of media, especially concerning the fact that she had a movie that came out in 2017, which was a huge box office attraction. I believe it reached over 822 million in sales, and then we got that the Wonder Woman 1984 movie, which came out in 2020, which was not as successful in terms of box office sales or anything like that. But considering how crazy the world was in 2020 with COVID and riots and all this other madness that was going on in that year, it's not really surprising that Wonder Woman 1984 wasn't as good as Wonder Woman from 2017. And as far as what the game's going to be about, based on what I've watched and what I heard in the trailer, it looked like it's going to be telling the story about Wonder Woman and, you know, how she became who she is and all that stuff. And I'm not exactly sure how faithful the game's going to be to the movie from 2017 or the comic book series, but hopefully that's something we'll learn sometime in 2022. But as far as this game is concerned, this game looks like it has the potential to be very huge. And honestly, there are some people who might see Wonder Woman in a different light, or probably don't see her in the same light as they did, prior to the start of, I guess, the Injustice series, concerning the fact that for the most part in the Injustice series, Wonder Woman's portrayed as a villain, but for the most part prior to the Injustice series, she was mainly a hero. And some people would say that she's a better villain than she is a hero, but it really depends on, I guess, your perspective of Wonder Woman and how you look at different heroes and all that stuff. But it seems like DC has been gaining a lot of momentum when it comes to both movies and video games, because if you look at this past decade, the 2010s decade, for the most part, it seemed like Marvel has dominated in terms of movies and all that stuff, especially with Guardians of the Galaxy and Deadpool and Spider-Man and all that stuff. It seems like DC's finally gaining some momentum in relation to the 2020s decade, and hopefully the Wonder Woman video game will be every bit as popular and every bit as big as the trailer presents it to be. As far as what game system's going to be on, I'm not quite sure, but I'm expecting that'll be on multiple platforms like the PS5, the Xbox Series X, and Microsoft Windows. So we'll just have to wait and see what this game's going to be about, what features are going to be included in it, what to expect in the future, and all that other stuff. So I'm just going to sit back and I'm just going to wait and see what the developers have for us in terms of features and gameplay and what to expect in this upcoming new Wonder Woman game.